when we work on the school calendar, and I remind the board this every year, we actually work with 5 counties. We're trying to get 5 counties to agree on one calendar, and it's very, very tough. The reason we do that, obviously Lewis is involved because we share Leading Creek, and we want to be as close as we can with breaks, days off, starts, end time, with Lewis because of Leading Creek, and then they share their career center with a couple of counties, and then also Calhoun County because we share our career center with Calhoun. So we're trying the best we can to align with everybody, and especially major breaks and things like that. This calendar, when I go down, I'll just start, and on the left hand, written sideways there. Sorry. On the left-hand side there, written sideways, you'll see the first month through the 10th month. And that's how I'll describe it for you so you can kind of keep along as I go through. But on the first line there in the first month, we do start with 2 p.m. days. Those are professional meeting days. That's when we'll have staff back and staff working. And then we have a prep day there. With that prep day is a required faculty senate. We do try to tell our principals during that prep day, there's a lot happening at the beginning of school, but we do try to tell them, leave the teachers alone, let them get in these classrooms. But principals also have to have their meetings to align things, duties, things like that. So that's kind of the start there. And then we start on a Thursday. If the board would choose to go with this calendar, we'd start on a Thursday for students. That's usually kind of popular with our student population, not to come back with a full week, a full 5 days of school coming off summer break. So kind of break them in easy back into the school routine. As you go on through that line, you just see the holiday there. So that's how the first month of school would go if we went with this. The second month of school, really everything's pretty normal there, except we have a PL day built in there. And I believe, and Dr. Minnie, correct me if I'm wrong, we moved that PL day. That's a day that might be different than a Lewis or Leading Creek or Calhoun County. We moved that PL day there. We were being a little bit selfish. We have some teacher trainings scheduled for that day. We have a group coming in. Dr. Minnie could probably speak. I don't want to put him on the spot.
That's where we're doing the APL training. It's a instructional strategies training. It's a research-based process and that's the only day that we could get
it's very hard.
First day that we could get the trainers.
I think it's very hard to get that group and get them in front of your whole staff. So I think Sherry West and Shelley Mason worked hard to get that. And that's a day, just so the board knows, if there's a day or two here and there that might be different than a Lewis and Leading Creek or a Calhoun, that's a day, but we needed that day there for our staff training. On the third month there's really nothing going on out of order there. It's just pretty much normal school. On the fourth month, you can see we start there with a PL day, and we strategically put that PL day there going into with the election day following. That's just a day that we sometimes have a lot of students miss, trying to get a 4-day weekend, and even staff sometimes might take a day to get a 4-day weekend there. So we did strategically put that day there. That will probably be a day we'll work with Ms. West and Shelley and Dr. Minnie. That staff will most likely have an opportunity to work that day off with mandatory trainings and things like that. So they may be able to already work that day off where they can get also a 4-day weekend there. But then election day, then we have a holiday. And then that week we have the traditional Thanksgiving break, the week-long Thanksgiving break. You see those are orange and they're O days, out of calendar days. We can't move those days. We're guaranteed. When you see that orange square and it's an O for out of calendar, you're guaranteed that. If we'd have a bad winter or something like that, we can't mess with that day. So that's a guaranteed Thanksgiving break. As we go into the 5th month, again, you have another PL day going into break. Where Christmas aligns this year, and this happens every 3 or 4 years. It depends on where Christmas fall, where the holidays fall. We're actually, with this calendar, able to take 2 weeks off for Christmas. That doesn't always happen. But when you sit there and you're sitting in meetings and you think about when you could come back, it's kind of like, do you come back for just one day? And if you were coming back for just one day, really how much would we get accomplished in just that one day? So this calendar would allow for a 2-week break there at Christmas. It ends with a PM day. And again, there are so many required trainings nowadays. Teachers, staff will have an opportunity to work that day off in lieu of. on their own time on an online training. We've done that for really a few years now. It's pretty popular with the staff. So when you see that is a professional meeting day, but I do believe staff would have already worked that day off, and staff will get that full 2-week break. Now, if they don't do their online training, I guess someone will meet with them and someone will come in and they won't get that full 2 weeks. But I do believe
I
the way
believe
that
this year
sets
we
up,
had every single employee get that done. So.
I do believe most will take advantage of that. Going into the 6th month, we do have an OS day. Sometimes between Christmas break, even though Christmas break is real long this year, sometimes between Christmas break and that spring break, that's a long haul. It's a long haul on staff. It's a long haul on students. And what we've done, and it worked really well this year, and I think it's really popular with our staff. Dr. Minnie speaks all the time in our calendar meetings that he hears a lot of comments from our staff on that. It's just kind of a 4-day weekend here and there. And that's what's going on that 6th month with that OS day before that holiday. Now, keep in mind with OS days are not guaranteed. If we happen to have a bad winter and we missed a lot of school for some reason, OS days are the first things we would do to make a calendar adjustment, and they would turn into regular school days to make that up. Now, we would have to miss it. We've got 10 freebies that are built in with our, we go to school 30 minutes longer than we have to every day and things like that. So we've got accrued time built in. And with that, the best way I can describe it, we kind of get 10 freebies. So it's not until the 11th day of school missed that we would have to make a calendar adjustment. But do keep in mind, OS days are days that the superintendent may come to the board and ask for permission to convert those days over into school days. And again, that wouldn't happen until day 11 missed. At that point in time, that weekend right there is probably pretty safe. Normally, we wouldn't miss 11 days that short after Christmas. But who knows? Who knows? The rest of the 6th month there is pretty clean, pretty cut and dry. In the 7th month, we do just have a PL day there. Understand any of those PL days that they're green on top with PL, blue on the bottom with faculty senate. All those days are days students will not be in school. All right, those spread out there. Students will not be in school those days. In the 8th month, and this was a little bit of a trade-off to try to get you that 2-week break at Christmas. You do see spring break there, and the reason that Monday of spring break is an OS day. So it's not guaranteed. Again, if we get to that 11th day missed due to inclement weather or whatever it may be, we might have to miss that Monday, or we might have to make up that Monday of spring break. Now, the rest of the week you see are orange, and it's an out of the calendar day. Those are guaranteed. But that was kind of a trade-off and how we needed to maneuver it to be able to get that 2-week break there at Christmas. And then you go into the 9th month. Again, you see a 4-day weekend we kind of set up there, or a 4-day weekend for students. Staff would be a 3-day weekend because we do have that professional learning day there. And then at the end, we have the holiday there. The last day of school for students would be right there at the end of May 30th. The last day for staff would be June 2nd. We do have that teacher-parent day there, TP day, but staffs work that day off with parent-teacher conferences and things like that. We do have a couple OS days built there at the end. They could be converted, again, if we had inclement weather and missed a lot of days. We've discussed this calendar probably 3 or 4 COLT meetings with our principals, with our directors here at the office. Everybody seems to be pretty happy with that meeting. I actually think, and Dr. Miller, you always ask me this one, and I think I missed a meeting today. Mr. Payne didn't call me and give me heck about it, but I did ask him. I wanted to be in front of student council just to go over the calendar with them, talk about it with them. And I had calendar on my phone at 9 o'clock, but I couldn't think what calendar meeting. I don't have a calendar meeting, but I'm pretty sure on my way here, I had a calendar meeting with student council today that I didn't show up for. But Mr. Payne he'll get me in front of that group. So that's really who we've worked with so far right now is our central office leadership team, and we will get in front of the students, student council there at the high school, and we will share that with them before I come back to you with the next public hearing. It's really close to what we've done in the past. Those 4-day breaks I do think are popular. Bringing teachers back, or bringing students back with not a full week at the beginning. I think the 2 weeks at Christmas, I think our folks will like that. So. At this point, I'll answer any questions. Or Dr. Minnie, if I didn't hit something, I'll do whatever. If anybody has any questions.
It's a pretty good calendar. I think.
What day was the last day of school?
May 30th for students.
Okay, right there before that P. Okay.
Yes.
Just last day.
And how close are we, like, within Lewis and Gilmer? I mean, are we?
That's a real good question. And nobody's calendars are official yet because they haven't voted on it yet. So anything could change. This calendar, I believe your major breaks, Thanksgiving, Christmas, spring break are aligned.
Okay.
I think the biggest difference we'll have is a day or two here or there. And when you talk to the Career Center, that's the biggest thing for them. They don't, if our breaks are different weeks, they almost kind of lose 2 weeks of instruction. They have Calhoun kids 1 week and then Gilmer kids the next week or something. That's the major thing. They can deal with a day or two here or there. Used to be we were able to get it identical, but everybody has their individual needs. Like we need, that one in the second month there, we need it to be that day for our individual needs. So I believe, Mr. Moore, very, very similar. Major breaks, I think, are aligned. I'll try to have for you the next time I'm in front of you with the next public hearing, their start dates, their end dates, and things like that, and give you any differences there may be.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
Any other
Any
questions?
other questions? All righty. So there's nothing to vote on for this meeting. Our next meeting, regular meeting will be March 25th, 2024 at 5 p.m. with a special calendar meeting starting at 4:30. So do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Moved.
Second.
It's adjourned. Yep, it's the next one we got. Okay. So it's been properly moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned. And we got 3 minutes.
So that we're going to do that on the 25th.
Yeah, we will do
So I
that.
decided I could go back.
Okay. It is 4:45 p.m. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. All righty, roll call's been taken. We'll do the pledge. Mr. Freshire, do you want to lead? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty. We have no delegations, so we'll move into new business, and we have the schedule of the proposed levy rates. Dr. Manning.
You can see on your executive content there, we've got the proposed levy rates, and you can look at all of the different classes, class 1, class 2, and class 3. Class 4 with the total assessed valuation. And it looks like the taxes levied will be 2,697,867. And then, of course, we have, and I'm trying to scroll down here. Just give me 1 second. That's on page 1. And then you can see on page 2, total assessed valuation and projected gross tax collections, $1,090,272. And then projected net taxes to be collected and total projected next tax collected of regular and excess levies is $3,511,997. That's on page 2. And those were received on time and will be, of course, I've outlined the process for that process. And what we do in that process is we will show you the proposed levy rates, and we host this special meeting, and then we'll adjourn this meeting until the third Tuesday in April. We'll have to assess our fiscal status and determine the tax levy amounts. And following this, the superintendent will submit a levy rate proposal to the state auditor's office and the West Virginia Department of Education by March 28th. We'll do a legal advertisement, and that will be posted in the newspaper as well as, as these rates that we propose. And then we'll reconvene on the third Tuesday in April, and that meeting will be at the Calhoun Gilmer Career Center. And it just happens that that's where we're going to be there for a linkage meeting. That just happens to be where the linkage meeting is at. And then we'll officially approve the set levy rates. So that's the process. This is just the sharing of the levy rate right now that the assessor brought to us. Any questions?
So I recommend making a motion to approve the schedule of proposed levy rates in accordance with WVDE 11-20-36 to the state auditor and the State Board of Education, and publish the schedule of proposed levy rates as a Class 2-0 legal advertisement in compliance with the provisions of WVC 59-3-1.
Second.
All righty. It's been properly moved and seconded to post and complete the schedule of proposed levy rates. Is there any further? Actually, we don't vote, do we? We do. Okay. And then, okay. So, yep. So I got a motion and a second. All right. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty. Now we need to recess.
Make a motion to recess this meeting until April 16th, 2024.
Second.
All right. It's been properly moved and seconded to recess the meeting until April 16th, 2024. Any further discussion? That made motion. Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Meeting recessed.
All right, you're good.
Okay. Alrighty, it's 5 p.m. and I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Alrighty, roll call has been taken and we'll go with the pledge. Mr. Chapman, do you want to lead us?
Yes, sir. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty. Okay, at least we have no delegation. Okay. All right, for reports, we have the Leading Creek Governance Board. On February 28th, 2024 at 9 a.m., the Governance Committee met via Teams. We started with the principals report. Their current enrollment numbers right now at the school is 120 students total, with 20 of those students being from Gilmer County. We then had a brief presentation about their test scores. They're using iReady like we are. Most of their test scores were okay. You know, they had certain different lower percentages, anywhere from 10 to 15%. Not meeting those state standards. But of course, they're going to work and have interventions and things to hopefully help those students obtain the mastery levels that are needed. As far as personnel, we found out that they are going to consolidate and get rid of the 6th grade at Leading Creek. So starting next year, there will be no 6th grade over there. And as far as personnel, that'll be a reduction in force of that teacher, which I believe had already taken place before this meeting by their Board of Education. For curriculum updates and changes, they had went to Nashville and attended a conference by the Kagan Cooperative about different learning strategies and a PAX refresher. And I think Dr. Minnie's talked about that before, like a behavior kind of program. Sure. So finances, everything was okay. Their levy is upcoming as well, and they were going to be holding a special levy meeting at that school. For for their finance area. Facilities, they had nothing to report. They were waiting on one HVAC unit to come in over there. And then as far as bus schedules, everything was working out okay. They just asked that Mr. Frazier let them know when the day we moved the OS day for the state tournament, so they could get their buses changed and, have everything ready for the students that needed transportation home. And after that, the meeting was adjourned and rather short, rather quick. And that's the update that I have from that meeting.
Thank you.
No problem. So we'll move on out of reports and go to the consent agenda and start with the minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for the February 26, 2024 regular meeting.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the February 26, 2024 regular meeting. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty, we'll go to the treasurer's report, and Dr. Minnie's going to give us that.
Just a few budget revisions, and that's mainly from grant money that we're taking in. You can see just a few transfers from state alternative ed, Save the Children, and that equals a total transfer and supplement amounts $170,628. And then, of course, attached are the journal entries that that Steve has worked on, placing that money out into our actual accounts.
When does our new person start?
March 18th. That's soon.
Yeah.
It's already the 11th, so that's very soon.
Right. I'd make a motion to approve the budget and supplements and revisions as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the budget supplements and revisions as presented. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty, we'll go to schedule of checks, Dr. Manny, or budgets. Budgets.
Schedule checks, right?
I don't even.
I don't see.
I don't see a schedule of checks.
Schedule checks is.
I think the second one was just that laid out in a different way.
The budget,
Yeah.
the budget supplements were what the whole
Yeah.
report was.
The other one was just laid out a little better.
So we'll have to catch the schedule checks next time.
Okay, all right. So we're good then for consent agenda. Okay, so that will move us down into new business, and we'll start with discussion of athletic facilities. I guess I'll start this out. I asked Dr. Manny to add this to the agenda because I've had some community members come to me with concerns and things, as far as facilities. Probably the two main facilities that I've had, the most concerns about is the field house and the weight room. I know that Brett and Dr. Manny have a committee, to work on the weight room and some of those, future upcoming projects for facilities. But some suggestions that I just would like to make and see if we can possibly tackle with those areas. I think cameras being installed at the field house would be a plus, because not only does that help with the safety concerns of that building, that also would probably give them some internet down there, to watch their films, and, would help upgrade that facility for when they're in season, to make sure that, they're getting what they need down there, and also providing that safety aspect, which the state's pushing. And, it helps all the way around to make sure that there, there's nothing going on down there that doesn't need to be. Another thing down there, there's athletic equipment just kind of standing in the field. I don't know if that that could be put in another area or just put down beside the bus, so that way it's kind of just not out there, getting weathered down and rusted and things like that. Just maybe some equipment storage cabinets and things down there, I think would also work for inside the facility, jerseys and helmet storage or whatever, they need that's not currently in that facility. One last thing on that facility, of course it's old, and everything, is going to wear out over time. But I think the locks down there, I think some of those are just so old that, it may not hurt to change locks. Some locks seem to be okay, but there's not a security plate in front of the lock. So, it's easy to go through and just be picked, if somebody happened to get, in that facility and, didn't need access or something like that, or even if they did need access, it still is just more of a security barrier for that facility. That's probably the main things that have been brought to me about that facility. For the weight room, I hadn't been in either one of those facilities in a while. So I, kind of wanted to see what they look like. Well, Sunday I stopped by and I didn't even need a key to get in the weight room. It was just standing there unlocked. To me, that's a big security hazard. I know we got community members and, other people that come in and out and use that, and that's fine. I'm not saying that should end or anything. I just think that, a card reader or something, so we know who is in and out of our facilities. I don't know if the facilities director is keeping a key log, of who has keys, where those keys are. I personally think those keys should be turned in at the end of each season to those facilities. I mean, if we're not using the football field house for anything and it's not football season, why do they have that key? They should have a key for the gym or the sports complex or what. And I don't even think they get them for the sports complex, but I might be wrong with that. But I just think the more that we can keep things locked down, I think that's a big safety issue. Because anybody could walk in there and steal things. And yes, there's a camera there, luckily, for so we would see what's going on. But I still just don't think it should be sitting there wide open. Again, another thing I seen at the weight room was equipment storage. It seemed to be a lot of weights were just, laid out all over the floor. If there was racks that we could put them on, or if there was, anything basically storage wise, clean it up, make it look better, and, not have a hazard, some, one of those landing on a kid and getting them hurt or something while they're in there using that facility. And other than that, that's just my concerns and suggestions that I found on those two facilities specifically. I think, of course, as far as the basketball court, it's always kept up. We use it, often. Congratulations to the girls for getting down there and playing as hard as they did. I'm all about supporting athletics, but I think, some of these things we've just let go over time, and maybe we need to, stop and take a look and see what we can do at those areas. And that's all I have. I'll get off my soapbox. Any other members have anything they want to discuss?
No, Myra, I'd just like to say thank you for looking out for the dumpster. I mean, that's good cost savings. That's good business practice. So thank you.
You really need a dumpster down there?
No, it's already gone.
So looking at, and we have had discussions about this clear back before football started with, should we put in internet? Should we not put in internet? Should we have cameras? Should we not have cameras? It's going to be expensive.
Sure.
And I will, of course, work with Tate Communications and try to get an idea ballpark on what this is going to cost. We probably should have key card readers for all of our folks. And that way, when a season ends, you're not trying to hunt down a key. You can just simply turn the button off and turn the button back on during, different time periods. So I will put a plan together of some sort to come back with you all about those facilities to see exactly what it would cost and what we want to embark with as far as different options. That way, I'll put together some packages, the Primo package, what it would cost with internet, new door locks, key card entries, and then other packages as well.
Longer term thinking, at some point, we're going to need to renovate the high school, and perhaps when we do that, we can include some of the, field house and,
We're definitely
maybe drum up some money for some overhaul down there, because if we were unable to use the college facilities, then we wouldn't have any.
Absolutely.
It's
And
just something to keep in mind for our future projects.
there's some tools for school money as well. And, I've got to look in, we've got to submit that fairly quick. So we may be able to get some of that initial cost to just kind of let us limp along, but until we get a facilities update. But I'll, by the next meeting, I'll come up with a plan and give you all some options to look at. So you could tell, maybe what the best option would be.
With our committee that we started with the weight room too, I understand the securing the location, especially for liability and clean it up. But as far as sinking a bunch of money in it, I wouldn't advise against like that, because if we can put together what we want to put together, then it would be all obsolete and asinine anyway.
Right.
So that's big if.
Well, we'll just keep working at it until we do.
Yeah.
Chipping
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Dustin, you have anything?
No, I think you covered everything. I was just going to say, keeping track of access is a key component with all the facilities. And, I didn't know with the storage and everything with, what the historical approach was to managing all the equipment and everything, or if it was just not enough space or what was going on.
A question that I've always had is, to use like this gymnasium here a lot of times for, let's say, an extracurricular sports team or what such not, that's not so much school affiliated. A lot of times we'll have to show proof of insurance or something like that to allow those kids that, go to this school system in there. And I've always questioned how we allow just patrons of the community into our properties without that sometime. And, I don't.
I think there is a policy
The facilities.
on that. I don't know if that is followed all the time, I'll say. But yeah, that's something that I think we should look into just to, overall, because
Well, and I want to be careful because I don't want to discourage the.
Yeah, we want our
Right.
buildings
Yeah, I
to
don't
use,
want to.
Yeah.
Also don't want to be stuck in a lawsuit there.
we were just discussing, Brett had to fill me in. I didn't.
Just facilities and like community in our facilities with, like when there's not somebody actually representing the school in our facilities. Like if our kids were to go have a basketball practice from, let's say, an AAU team. Typically, to get that key to use that gym, they would ask for our team, like insurance, like you would have a team insurance. Typically pretty cheap, $100 will cover your team or what such not. But we're not unison across the board with that. And
Okay, right, I agree.
You have anything else, Dr. Barr?
That's it.
Okay. We cut Mr. Fry, everybody
No,
else?
I'm done.
Okay. All righty. Well, if there's no further discussion there, again, that was just a discussion. Thank you, Dr. Manning, and we'll look forward to seeing, hearing your report and seeing what we can do with some of those ideas. So we don't have anything in old business. We'll move on to personnel. So,
Move pursuant to 6-9A-42 of the West Virginia Code, that the board go into executive session to discuss personnel and personnel matters, which, if discussed in public, might affect adversely the reputation of any person.
is there a second?
second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to go to executive session. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Dr. Barr, we will return.
All right.
Hey, are you there? Okay, all right, we're good to go. All right, so I have a motion and a second to rise from executive session. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty. So we'll go to personnel and start with professional. Dr. Manning.
Okay,
I'm going to recuse myself.
under the first bulleted item there, in order for us to complete a supplemental pay policy and a laterality policy for Gilmer County Schools, which we greatly need, we've needed one of those, and moving forward with the Neola process, in order to bring all of the directors up to the equal amount of pay of each other and the days, I would recommend to make a motion to increase those central office director, the facilities, child nutrition, transportation, and personnel technology attendance, administrative supplement to $12,000 with a contracted term to be a 250 day to make it more uniform across the central office with the Gilmer County Schools central office supplement and contract days.
So moved.
Second.
All righty, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the superintendent's recommendation of the professional section of the personnel agenda. Is there any further discussion of that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? I'll abstain. Motion carries. All right.
All right, so the next part is the service.
Yep, Dr. Miller, you can come back in. Yep. And then, do we need?
We don't have any service.
All right, so there's no service, and then, so we'll go on to extracurricular, and I'm gonna turn the gavel over to Vice President Freshour as I have a family relation in that section, and I need to recuse myself.
Christmas.
All right.
Okay, extracurricular, we got, and these will be recommendations. Travis Woodford, head varsity golf coach, Timothy White, summer school bus operator, Johnny Eisenhart, summer school bus operator, Glenn Greathouse, summer school bus operator, Crystal Smith, literacy math tutor, summer school, Alicia Bunner, literacy math tutor, summer school, Madison Shepherd, math tutor, summer school, Corey Phillips, Healthy Choices Summer School, Jacob Persinger, Program Coordinator, Gilmer County Elementary School, Summer School, Travis Fisher, Middle School, High School Teacher Summer Academy, Jacob Yoakum, Middle School, High School Teacher Summer Academy, April Jenkins Cook, Gilmer County Elementary School Summer School, Lori McCord Cook, Gilmer County High School Summer School, Heidi Lindsay, Summer School Secretary, Gilmer County Elementary School, Leslie Campbell, Teacher, ESY, Gilmer County Elementary School, and Alexis Long, ESY, Special Education, Classroom Transportation Aide, Gilmer County Elementary School.
I make a motion to approve the extracurricular part of the personnel agenda.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any abstention? Nope. Passes. Bring in Cody.
Cody!
All right, we're going to permission to post.
Permission to
Dr.
post.
Manning.
This is the House Bill 3035 AIDS that has been funded through legislative action, and this would be second grades, permission to post classroom supervisor transportation aide, grade 2, 3 positions for Gilmer County Elementary School.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the permission to post of classroom supervisory transportation aides for grade 2, and that's 3 positions. Is there any further discussion to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All righty. That will take us out of personnel and go to superintendent's update. Dr. Manning.
Okay, first of all, I want to say congratulations to the girls' basketball team. What an exciting finish to a year. They had great, a great season and really pushed hard to try to make it happen. Come up a little bit short, but they've really worked hard, and I want to recognize Coach Chapman and her girls for just having an outstanding season. Moving more towards the academic side, we are the Gilmer Accountability Team for Excellence, or GATE. We are having our first round of data analysis on the 13th and 14th. We'll be doing a full OEPA style walkthrough of each school. We've actually done the student interviews today. This qualitative data will give us an outlook of what the students feel is important for us to look at as far as school improvement, the teachers and the school principals. And then we'll put all that together and provide you all with a report on our findings, which will give them a few ideas of where we think that they need to start for school improvement. Those meetings are going to take place the 13th and 14th, and we're really excited about sharing that data with you and getting the principals in here and having them really talk about their data matrix and what we've been working on as far as academics. This has been a great day for Gilmer County Schools. We've had the governor here. The kids really enjoyed Baby Dog. I mean, it was a really good day for us. We've got the freezer project coming. We've got $725,000 worth of funding, and we continue to try to do those things. I want to say thank you to the SBA, Andy Neptune, Michelle Blatt from the West Virginia Department of Education, and the governor and the governor's office for reaching out to us to make that happen. I couldn't be more proud of what, all of our stakeholders, from, Mr. Frazier to Williams and Shriver to all of our counterparts at the SBA. We've really come together to try to get that project. And I'm very thankful that we've got it. Our cooks need it. It's a very highly needed thing. We need to have that as an update to our kitchen for their safety and their well-being. So I'm really proud of that project. I just want to give you an update. It's personnel season. We're going to be doing personnel, kind of an overview. You can't really get too much information, but our work last year has set us up very, very good this year to get through personnel season with very few personnel actions. So very lucky to be where we're at compared to other districts. Some districts use that ARP funding and they're cutting 100 positions. We're very lucky to have what we have here in Gilmer County Schools. Other things that we're just, we did the writing assessment. We just keep plugging along with the actual requirements. We're at the end of the year. I mean, we're very close to the end of the year. So we've got all the end of the year activities. I've been doing the bulletin, just keep an eye on that and all of our activities that are coming up. We will be approving the budget, laying the levy, all of those different things. We got our upcoming LSIC meetings. Everybody here is just working really hard. I couldn't be more proud. One of the staff spotlights I wanted to do, and I wanted to make it publicly known, Miss Mason and her special education department. They've been doing work nights. We've been redoing how we do our special ed department. They've been really dedicated, going above and beyond, and Stacy Smith working extra and going above and beyond to solve the problems that we need solved. And I wanted to highlight that out to the community. Again, we're going to finish up with our public calendar. We've got safety meetings coming up. We are really busy. So if you got any questions, just grab me and let me know. But as far as I can tell, we're really going in the right direction. So very proud of everybody working here. That's all I got.
We'll move into board member comments. Start with Mr. Chapman.
I just agree with everything Dr. Minnie said. Thanks to all those that are out there doing, above and beyond, and congratulations to the basketball team. And I also heard that we had I had an opportunity to work the regional social studies fair, and ran into our high school wrestling coach and said he had a couple wrestlers at the state tournament, and I just congratulate them. Kids have already started the count day to the end of school, so let's just finish strong.
Mr. Freshour.
I agree. I think, one of the privileges of being on the board is just helping to be a solution. So, I think we had good discussion tonight and continue to look for improvements for the county and the students, making a safe and great place to learn and better themselves in academics and athletics. And, I'm looking forward to continuing these conversations and keep moving forward. And let's take the wins we get and fix the things that we can fix.
Dr. Miller.
I'd just like to take a minute to thank all the employees of the Gilmer County Board of Education, as well as all the students. I'm seeing big strides in academic excellence. Our schools are making constant improvement. Everyone is working as a whole toward a common goal. I'm very pleased with the progress and with the change we've made in the last year, and I just want to thank everyone for being on board and working as a whole to better our students.
Dr. Barr.
No comment. No, sir.
All righty. And then I'll finish it up. I don't know about the rest of you all, and I think I'm with the kids. Getting to see Baby Dog today had the best thing in every shape, form, or fashion, as the great Governor Jim Justice says. But I mean, we are working hard in Gilmer County schools. Again, like everybody else. The staff that we have. What would we do without them? I mean, it's special events like today. I mean, these big projects that we have coming up. I mean, everything, is positive, and, if we can keep, things moving forward, academics, athletics, everything all works in, the same wheel. So the more we keep right at it, the better off we'll be. And I don't know about everybody else, but I'm proud to be a part of Gilmer County school system, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in this great state. So.
Motion to adjourn.
All righty.
Second.
It has been properly moved. Let me rephrase that again.
Mhm.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstention? Meeting adjourned.